Okay, so next class is that accept two numbers through keyboard and find sum. So till now we were studying that we are assigning a number. For example, if we want to find the sum of 5 and 6, then already the number is given. So 5 and 6, then we can assign that 5 in a variable, 6 in another variable, and then we can add these two numbers. For example, c is equal to a plus b, that we have done in the previous video. So then we can print that c. So in this way we were doing till now. But if we want to accept any two numbers, if we are getting any number, so it must be able to print that number, or it must be able to find the sum of that two numbers. For example, if one person is using 51 and 61, so we must write a program in such a way that it must find the sum of 51 and 61. Another person is using another two numbers, so it must be able to find the sum of that two numbers. So for that, if we want to accept a number, we are using a cin operator. So for printing we are using cout, and for taking input or accepting any value we are using cin. Okay, c input. So I will show you. Firstly, always we start with hash include iostream using namespace standard. That's all, that does not change at all. Then int main will be the main function, and then so I told that accept two numbers. Okay, so firstly we know that if we are taking two numbers, we have to initialize int a b, so these both will be an integer, for example. And for storing we can use c, so we are initializing it. And then, so if we are writing a program and we have to accept two numbers, so firstly it must show accept two numbers, and then we are taking any two numbers. So it must show let sign, or it must show a sentence showing that accept two numbers. So in this way it must be written. All right. So accept two numbers enril. So next, it must input that value. So we know that a and b, for example, a and b are taken as two numbers. It must take that input. So we are using cin operator, and then here we are using insertion operator, that is the opposite of extraction operator. We are using what? Insertion operator. We are inserting a value. So cin of a, because it is inserting a value in a, then cin of b. Okay, it is entering that value, and then we have to store the value of a and b in c. So if we want to find value of addition, c is equal to a plus b, and now we want to print the result. The result is, and then we want to print the result c. Okay, now we can run the program. Okay, so here you can see that accept two numbers. For example, we are using 3, and then we are using 4. Two numbers we are accepting. So here you can see that the result is 7. Okay, so here you can see that firstly cout accept two numbers. So that's why the first line is accept two numbers. And then cin X insertion operator A, cin insertion operator B. That's why we are entering two numbers 3 and 4. And then it is performing the operation. C is equal to A plus B. It is performing the addition operation here in the 16th line. And in the 17th line, it is printing C out. The result is C. So the C will store the result of A plus B. Whatever we are putting in A and B, the result will be stored in C, and that C will be, the result will come here. So the result is whatever we store in C. So here 3 and 4, that's why the result is 7. If we are using 12, 13, so the result will be another value, 25 will come. So in this way, this program works.